Top Thrill 2 is finally fully open, and this time it's running right. Less shake, smoother trains, new tech, and a completely different ride feel than last year. In this video, we'll go over everything. How the ride feels now, what they fixed, what's still a challenge, and the smartest way to ride it in 2025. There's been some changes since last year, so we'll show you what they are and what it means for the ride. Let's get into it. Here's how the ride experience actually plays out. First, you load into the train. The new seating in the back row is lower, so you don't get quite the view, but you're also a little bit closer to the action. After the train ahead clears the top hat, your train rolls forward slowly to the launch section. There's a short countdown with lights on the top hat and right in front of you. Then bam, you launch. It's intense, but not painful. It's a good solid launch that gets your heart going. You shoot about halfway up the top hat and then roll to a stop. There's a brief moment where you hang there, weightless for a second, and then you start rolling backwards. The backwards launch kicks in and it really picks up speed fast. Now you're flying in reverse, way faster than you would expect. You finally hit the vertical spike. This time, you go much higher than you did the first time on the top hat. You slow down near the top, it gives you a second to breathe, and then you fall. You want to enjoy the view because you're way up there. And now the real chaos starts. You fly forward again, but this time the launch hits harder. It's wild. You tear through the launch section and up the top hat. You twist through the spiral, and then you're at the top with a wild little pop. And just for a split second, you can enjoy the view. Lake Erie, the whole park, and then you start rolling. You dive through the spiral and out to the final stretch. The train slows fast but smoothly. No headbangs, no jolt. Just that, holy crap, what did I just ride kind of moment. Top Thrill 2 launches forward, reverses you up the vertical spike, then sends you flying over the 420-foot top hat. This year, the entire experience feels smoother. The trains don't rattle like they did last year. That's thanks to a few key changes. Bigger, beefier wheel assemblies that cause the wheels to hug the track better and reduce side-to-side movement. The trains also seem noticeably heavier. You can feel it in how they glide instead of bounce. They also lowered the seating height in the second row, removing the staggered stadium-style seating. It kind of ruins the view in the back a little bit, but the trade-off of the ride working better is totally worth it. And probably the most overlooked upgrade, the dampers. On each side of the top hat, they help absorb the sway from the train. Instead of letting vibrations build up, they stop the shake before it comes back down. All of that adds up to a smoother, more controlled, and honestly, better ride, especially as you launch. All of that adds up to a smoother, more controlled, and honestly better ride. I'm glad to see they made some changes that work. One of the biggest changes this year, and most requested, the lockers. There are now free lockers available near the Top Thrill 2 entrance, but you have to line up to use them, and you definitely can't bring anything on the ride. If you have glasses, make sure you have an athletic strap as you need it. If you have fast lane, this can actually slow you down. Instead, consider renting a locker somewhere else in the park, like over by Magnum or even under the Sky Ride. On the opposite side of the drink stand, there's lockers there now. You might save yourself half hour or more if you have a fast lane by avoiding the line for the free lockers. Now, if you've skipped the line for the lockers, you can head straight to the fast lane line, which enters from the left side of the entrance. The regular queue is over on the right. Everyone still goes through the metal detector, and then you head into the main queue on the other side of the track. Here's something important to know if you want your ride photo. You won't have your phone on you when you ride. If you've got a day or season FunPix pass, ask the ride staff for a temporary card. Your photo will be linked to it. Later, head to a photo stand, and with the attendant's help, you can scan your temporary card and link the photo to your device. It's a little clunky, but it works, and it's worth doing if you want the picture to avoid walking back and forth to a locker. If you're not at the gate before rope drop, you're going to see a 2 to 3 hour wait quickly build up on most days. But if you go early, go straight to Top Thrill 2. Get it done before it inevitably breaks down or gets packed, or the winds pick up. Seriously, if there's winds in the forecast, this thing's not going to operate, so get there early. If you're not early, you might be better off hitting Steel Vengeance or Maverick in the back and swinging back later. Just check all the ride times in the app. Once Sirens Curse opens later this season, I'll update my advice, but expect this mid-area of the park to remain absolutely packed this year. Millie and Top Thrill 2 are going to bring people, and once you add in Sirens Curse, the front left section of the park, Top Thrill 2, Millennium Force, Valraven, is going to be the busiest zone all day, with spillover to Corkscrew, Iron Dragon, Rougarou. That shift will make Frontier Town feel quieter in comparison, I'm sure. It seemed to the last year, rather, on the first couple days of operation. Now, is the ride too intense? I saw a few people in line who were clearly nervous, some even crying. Not sure if they want to go through with it, and I get it. This ride looks intense, and it is. But here's what you should know. You're allowed to change your mind. You can stay in line with your friends, go all the way up to the station, and if you decide not to ride, you can step off through the exit path, either through the ride and out, or the operator will give you some other direction. It's not an airplane, no one's going to strap you in and force you to launch if you're not ready. So it's okay to skip it, and you can still be part of the experience with your group, let your friends ride, and have a great day. Top Thrill 2 is finally delivering what it promised. It's fast, it's intense, and it's running better than it ever has. If you're a coaster fan, it's a must-do. Put it on your bucket list, especially now with the closing of Kingda Ka. But you've got to plan smart to make it worth your time. If the lines are crazy, maybe a single-use fast lane, who knows. If this video helped, drop a like and subscribe. I'll be covering Sirens Curse when it opens, plus more tips for making the most of your Cedar Point trip. We're going to be hitting a bunch of other parks this season, coming out with a whole bunch of videos, so check those out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is Top Thrill 2 now in your top 3? Did it make number 1? Or are you still team Steel Vengeance? I don't know where it sits for me, but it's definitely in my top 5. I think a few more rides this season before I make up my mind, but it's a great ride and a fabulous addition to Cedar Point, and I'm happy to see it up and running. Let's see what you think. Let me know.